In the latter quarter of the 19th century, men were deep underground in central Illinois mining coal. A man named Franklin Olin saw a business opportunity. He began producing black powder on the bluffs overlooking the Mississippi River. Being a keen sportsman and hunter, Olin decided it would be a natural evolution to expand into producing ammunition. This became the Western Cartridge Company. Franklin's son John proved to be an astute businessman, and he pushed that cartridge company to ever greater heights until by the 1930s he was able to buy Winchester. And that, of course, grew to one of the most widely known and respected manufacturers of sporting firearms and ammunition in the world.
Mallards, pheasants, and a visit to Winchester's factory are on the menu this week as Spomer hunts at Winchester's world-famous NILO Farms.
Hi, I'm Ron Spomer, and this is Winchester Legend.
From the spirit of adventure and the heartbeat of the hunt. It's what you trust, it's what you keep, it's Winchester. We're what you trust, we're what you keep. We're Winchester.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by She Safari, clothing for her expedition. Night and Hail Game Calls, bring 'em closer. Winchester Rifles and Shotguns, the guns that work. Walker's Game Ear, hear like you've never heard before, and protect yourself from the harmful effects of muzzle blast.
NILO Farms. That's Olin spelled backwards. But John Olin had some forward thinking when he started grooming an Illinois farm near Winchester's ammunition manufacturing plant. He needed a dependable hunting venue to research farmland wildlife habitats, to test new guns and ammunition.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
Cool. I like your roosters, Roger.
You know, there's a lot of history, a lot of tradition here at NILO. We get people who come back year after year after year, and one of their comments is that they like it because it stays the same. And that's what we're going to do, keep it the same.
Well, that dog didn't miss it that time. I wonder if that bird, when she was first pointing, it didn't run all that way.
Well, that's what I was wondering. There he is. There's yours, Ron. Oh, nice. Oh, nice shot.
There you go. Your shot. Oh, nice one.
My understanding was that when Mr. Olin was alive, he'd be here every Wednesday and every Sunday.
He had a routine, huh?
He had a routine, so they knew when to expect it.
Yeah.
It's basically, NILO is for Olin's customers and guests.
And family and
right.
friends and stuff, sure.
Yep.
Kind of a place we'd all like to have, huh?
Well, isn't that the truth?
Well, listen, when I get mine, I'll invite you. You'll be one of my first.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Good on. Good shot.
All right. There's nothing better than springers and pheasants.
Oh, you got that right. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. What a hot little dog.
That's
Gonna
that
make
good.
me sneeze.
That's that good Winchester ammunition right there.
No problem killing a bird with this stuff.
Winchester has been building and improving ammunition in its East Alton plant for well over 100 years, and much of it has been tested at NILO before passing muster.
Have you ever wondered how they get those beautifully smooth, round lead pellets? We're gonna find out here at the Winchester Shot Tower, where they take pure lead ingots, melt it, pass it through a fine screen, and drop it for hundreds of feet to get these droplets of beautiful, smooth, round lead pellet.
It takes more than pellets to build a shot shell, and Winchester has perfected every step from brass heads to plastic hulls. And the beauty's more than skin deep. Winchester perfected the revolutionary, water-resistant, dry-lock super steel shot shells used by demanding waterfowlers today, and they're still cranking them out.
to get to tour the plant, see how they make everything from, well, the shell, from the plastic beads right on into the shell, and then the lead itself to make the pellets. And then to come out here and get to use that stuff in a famous setting like this where Olin did his research, wow, what a treat.
When we return, we'll see how Winchester's latest waterfowl loads handle the pressure.
Good job.
Now, yeah, there
Nailed
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
Good retrieve.
Oh, he says, now I get it. Oh, yes. Right in our laps.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Swarovski Optic. She Safari, clothing for her expedition. Otis Technologies, the most advanced gun care system in the world. Walker's Game Ear, hear like you've never heard before, and protect yourself from the harmful effects of muzzle blast.
NILO Farms was established in 1952 by John Olin. We use NILO Farms quite frequently to bring customers out here and other important people around the community, conservation groups. It's been a key part of Winchester's history in using NILO Farms for entertaining our customers.
And NILO Farms was started the same year that I was born, so I'm fitting right in there. A couple of old timers getting together to have a good time. And they tell me that the place really hasn't changed much. You can look at old photographs on the wall of people hunting back here in the 50s and early 60s, and in the background you can see some of the same scenes as there are today. It really hasn't changed much. They've had a successful program all these years, and hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
The duck hunting certainly doesn't need fixing. Resident flighted mallards have long been a mainstay at NILO. And they're set to test the shotgunning skills of Spomer and Flaugher, who's set up by a half-frozen farm pond. It's a 2-day hunt full of hot decoying action.
No, this is the worst part of duck hunting.
Yeah, getting the waders on.
Getting those waders on. It never gets easier either. Well, it never was easier, but now that I'm over 20, it's even worse.
We have 650 acres here, and we probably have 4 or 5 key lakes that we use for fishing and other types of hunting, and waterfowl as well. Let me give you some help here.
It's pretty handy material,
Mallards are not only the most abundant puddle duck in America, but a hunter's classic. Colorful, loud, eager to decoy, and delicious.
We're doing it for the dog, not for ourselves.
Oh, I like those sorts of obligations. I can handle that. If I can just keep from falling off this cliff. Yes!
Ron, I think in an hour or two we'll have some blue skies.
You think it's moving that
I
fast?
think it is.
Now, there's definitely some blue patches up there. There's a little one right there.
Hey, Ron, we got some ducks working up here.
Those ducks or geese way up there.
They're ducks, Ron.
Ready? Ready? Take them! Oh, man. God, look at that dog clear that, bound across that ice. He hates to break it with his chest. He wants to.
He's committed to getting it done.
Yeah, he's not going to stop. There, he got it.
Good retrieve, good retrieve.
Got some work to do out there. That's
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
35, 40 yards. Yeah. This stuff's good.
Call the shot, Ron. Call the shot.
Get ready. We're committed. Ready. Take. There we go. Yes. Whew. Here he comes. Here he comes. They're coming down low. See him under those branches?
Yep, I see him. He's calling him. They'll hit back around. Right here, Ron. Right, come around, come around. Right front. Take it. Take it. Great shot. Great shot.
Right against the shore. Landed in the woods.
Great shot.
He's eating acorns.
Look at the dog.
now.
He's on the acrobatic jump off the side of the hill here. Good retrieve.
Oh, he says, now I get it. This is a duck. Ready? Take him.
Great shot.
Woo. Good shot. Get him.
Yes! Whew.
That's a double.
Oh man, right beside each other. I'm glad I took the bigger one.
Are you sure? But mine had the band on it.
Yeah. You got better eyes than I do, buddy. Let them come around. They're coming around right off that oak tree. Take them when they come up, right? Take them, take them. Take them. Oh, nice one.
You know, NILO's always had great dogs around.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I mean, King Buck came out of here, right?
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely.
That was King Buck. Okay, black lab, right? Is he considered the greatest field trial champ ever?
One of
in
the
retriever?
greatest. He won the Retriever Field Trial Championship in 1952 and 1953, and is the only dog to win it back to back.
You know, the federal duck stamp raises millions of dollars for wetlands and ducks, and Olin supported that in many ways. One of the neater ones was that his dog was the only non-duck ever featured on duck stamp. In 1959, you've got the head of King Buck with a mallard in his mouth, and that's not just honoring a dog, but it's honoring the tradition of using retrievers to make sure you're getting all your birds in.
How cold have you been here lately? I've been out in Idaho. It was...
We actually went through a cold spell of about 3 weeks where it didn't get over 20 degrees.
Oh, wow.
And it's unusual for us to have ice this time of year out here, but you know, it's warming up a little bit now and it's making hunting pretty good. Hey, run over here, right over here. It's coming on your side, Ron. Coming on your side.
Where is he? Where is he?
Right in front. Take him down, Ron. Did you see him spin around? Hook him back around, Ron. Keep it up.
Coming around. Nice one.
Coming down.
Why don't
Ready?
you take?
Take it, take
You
it.
take this.
Take him.
Buddy! Oh! 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 Climbing up, coming around.
Great shot.
Woo! Oop, another one.
Great,
Oh! Doubles!
great shot.
I don't know where that second one came from. He must have been back up here in the trees or something, huh? That was pretty cool. Got everything?
Got everything. Let's
Got a bag of decoys, got my gun, got the shells. I gotta tell you, this was one sweet honey hole. You weren't kidding when you said you had a secret spot.
well, I told you I thought we'd do pretty good.
Holy
There's
moly!
Ron. Oh my goodness.
Ducks in the morning, pheasants in the afternoon. It's a Midwest shotgunning tradition and NILO legend. Folks from every walk of life, farm boys to movie stars, have worked these fields, and they still do.
Zoom or quiver?
Oh, nice one.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Swarovski Optic. Night and Hail Game Calls. Bring them closer. Otis Technologies, the most advanced gun care system in the world. Winchester Rifles and Shotguns, the guns that work.
Here's the thing about shotgun pellets. The heavier or more dense the pellet, the more energy it retains downrange. That's why steel shot pellets need to be significantly larger than lead shot pellets because they're lighter. So you need to go from a 4 to a 2, for instance. Now with this neat new extended range, high density shot from Winchester, you've got a pellet that's even heavier than lead. Therefore you can almost step down from a normal 4 shot for ducks to maybe a 6 shot. This stuff hits harder at longer ranges.
NILO is to pheasant hunting as Lake Michigan is to fishing. For 55 years, managers have been experimenting with various crops to grow the best cover, various pointers, flushers, and retrievers to develop the best dogs, and various birds from bob whites to chuckers to develop the sportiest challenge. As a licensed preserve that stocks birds, NILO is allowed to set its own bag limits.
We hunt all of our birds with dogs. We've got both pointers, Springer Spaniels, and Labradors. And we'll use them all today.
Yeah, and I like them all too.
Good.
Especially like springers. I think that's just the best little pheasant dog.
They're a classy little dog.
Yeah, when you get some heavy cover and they just bounce in there, keep them bouncing up.
Yeah. Ron, we got another point up here.
Sure do. Looks like a confident one too.
Well, let's see if there's a bird in there.
Oh!
All right.
No!
Oh yes, what
Feather
a
storm.
great bird. Nice shot. There comes the feathers.
That dog's acting really birdie.
There it is. All right. Very good little dogs, easy to handle, and they like to retrieve. There it is. Ah, I knew it.
You know, one of these times that dog's gonna catch him on the way down. He gets out there so fast.
He's right there waiting for him, isn't he?
Look at him, right back at it. Golly dog.
There's
Holy
yours,
moly!
Ron. Oh my goodness. We got a feather pillow. You know, Ron, I really think if I didn't have a dog, I'd have to quit hunting.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys say that, and I think I'd have to agree with you.
Bird!
Take it! Oh, I love those high birds.
Great, I like those big, tall birds like that.
That is just great. Oh, man, that dog is just a streak.
Isn't this exciting? I'll
He
tell you.
just eats up that country. I mean, you can hunt this field in a minute if you can keep up with him.
The pheasants are enough fun, but when you put that dog in there, it's like dynamite.
One of the great advantages of hunting at NILO is to not just see dog work and not just see good dog work, but is to see a lot of different dogs work. It's labs. You see that in South Dakota all the time, but down here, you'll get to see a pointer work pheasants, and that's always a treat. Nothing like a statuesque pointer locked up tight on a pheasant. And then he brings that springer out, and oh my gosh, those springers are just balls of fire, up and down, jumping out of the grass. They just can't wait to get into that bird. And a springer in thick cover acting like that puts those roosters in the air fast.
Oh, get him! Nice shot. He ran right over the top of that bird. He was going so fast. Good shot, Roger. You centered that bird.
Well, you get lucky now and then. That's the first one I've killed with one shot.
That was dead in the air, friend. That dog's acting really birdie.
There it is. All right. How old is he, Dean? He's 6 and a half. There you go.
That dog's over the hill. Look at him go. Get near the end, there's usually a bird there.
Yeah, they usually run to the end. There it is.
Good shooting.
Oh my.
There was a cackling rooster.
Yeah.